Everybody saw A Quiet Place day one. I saw it yesterday. Sorry, I'm kind of late in the game about this, ladies and gentlemen. Life happens. I got hit by a couple of things, but I'm all right. Let's talk about this movie. I'm going to tell you straight up A Quiet Place Day One is, in my view, the best of the three Quiet Place films to have been released. This one is the best of them all. Why? Well, it stars Lupita Nyong'o, and I hope I said that name right because I'm terrible with names, and Joseph Quinn, and a few other people too, obviously. But this story follows the narrative of the Quiet Place films. If you know about the films of A Quiet Place, these creatures come from outer space. They come to Earth and just start killing everybody, but they can't see. They have no eyes. They have no ability to see, but their sense of hearing is super. So any little, and they'll know exactly. They'll go right at you, and you could be very far from them. They'll hear you, right? So that's why the whole thing is called A Quiet Place, so that you don't make any sounds. If you don't make any sounds, can't really find you. If you make a peep, you're dead, basically. So Lupita plays a cancer patient who is in hospice, and her and a group of other hospice patients go into New York City. The movie takes place here in New York, where they go see something downtown, and her main thing right now is she wants pizza. She wants pizza, okay. And what happens is that's when the invasion begins. All of a sudden, there's armored vehicles, army vehicles running through the streets, and planes and helicopters, military jets. And then you see these things that look like meteors entering the atmosphere and hitting the earth, hitting the city. And that's when the creatures pop up and start doing their thing. Kind of similar to the beginning of the last Quiet Place movie. You kind of see the beginning of what happened there at the ballpark in that small town, in wherever that was. So Lupita, finds herself hiding in an area with a group of other people, and she doesn't know what's going on, and she has her cat with her. She has this little cat, and this cat, let me tell you something. This cat is like the hero of I swear, in my opinion, the hero of the movie. This cat is like 9 Lives cat, like everything you ever wanted to know about 9 Lives in a cat. That's it right there. And that cat, I always thought that cat was gonna die. That cat. Anyway, yeah, I'll just leave it at that. She knows she's only has days or months left to live, right? Because of her cancer. And because of what's happening in the world, she's like, you know what, screw that. I want my damn pizza. Right. And so she literally eventually breaks away from the main group to go find her pizza. Along the way, she comes across a guy played by Joseph Quinn, an aspiring law student who is horrified by what's happening, so he's trying to survive. And he doesn't want to be alone, so he kind of sticks to her, and she's like, get away from me and whatnot. But then they eventually grow a bond and a friendship in this movie that is so organic, so awesome, right? That you just follow their both of their paths all the way to the end. And the end is just like heart wrenching, And I think what made this film was not the monsters per se. We've seen the monsters before. We've seen what they can do, right? It's not even this movie isn't about the monsters. This movie is about our characters. The character development is groundbreaking, in my opinion, and it is very deep. I found myself immersed in Lupita's character, and what she's going through and what she had to go through, the medicines she needed to keep getting through the day and everything, even in the midst of this apocalyptic scenario. It was, for me, a story of survival. For me, this was not a movie about monsters. This was a movie about the people wanting to live and survive, because it is within our innate human condition to want to do that. And this movie exemplified it, even in with this woman who knew she was dying and yet persevered until the very end. I can leave it at that because I don't want to give too much away. I might have given a lot away. But what I do see is not only a sick woman, but a strong woman, a poet too. At that for that matter, she's big on poetry, and you see that in the film, and you see what she does to not only help Joseph Quinn's character, but other people as well to try to make sure they survive as well. She, and in the beginning of the movie, you kind of see her as an embittered, angry, hurt. Damn it, I'm gonna die in a few days, kind of like scenario. Like, what's the point of life? What's the point of all of it? And then when this event happens, it kind of, I guess, forces her to really turn things around to kind of look at, well, what is this life for? What can we do while we're still here? And I think this film hones in on that to an extent that you can really appreciate its integrity. You can really appreciate its power. It's a powerful movie. It moved me to almost to tears at the end, because I got it. I got it. Okay, the cat, the pizza, huh? Those two big things. Simple things, yet drew so much meaning and significance to the film that when you see those things eventually in all its glory, you get it. There's nothing to not understand here. Okay? So I'm going to give A Quiet Place Part 1. This is the second time I'm doing it this year for horror movies. I'm giving it 5 coffee cups. It was beautiful. It's a beautiful story, beautiful movie, beautifully shot, beautifully written. And I hope that if they continue to make these films, that it is somewhere within the lines of that kind of situation where you see different people in different parts of the world dealing with this alien invasion in their own way. But it's not really about trying to get. I mean, you see the aliens, you see them trying to get away. Sure, it's there, but it's more about them. Who are they? Let us get to know these people that are trying to survive, and let us root for them. And that's what A Quiet Place Part 1 brought out in me. I left that theater smiling. It was a great film. So 5 cups it is. Did you see A Quiet Place? By this time, you might just have done so. Come back and talk to me. Let me know and share your comments below. Consider subscribing if you have not yet done so. Tap on the bell for future notifications for future horror and coffee content. This is Horror and Coffee, where we talk horror, when we talk coffee, when we talk all the great stuff, even sci-fi stuff, not just plainly horror. So, by all means, consider subscribing. And again, until next time, it's Ralph Perez saying, take care.